All right, so I want to make a video recapping 2022 in terms of all my arm wrestling tournaments and my best moments, and then talk about my goals for 2023 since the year is just starting, and want to do some damage in the arm wrestling world. So I'll talk about what I want to do there. But the first tournament of last year, 2022, was the King of Cali last January, and I had some good wins there, but I did not end up placing on either arm. There was some tough competition there, so that was the first tournament. The second one I did that year was the Arm Fighter Championship. That was in Vegas, here in Vegas, and that was my first time winning a pro tournament. I won on the left, went undefeated. I beat Mika, some dude from the Midwest who was pretty strong, and then some other arm wrestlers on the left. And I beat Dallas Langston on the right, which is kind of a big name to beat. That guy's very strong, very respected in the arm wrestling world. So, but I got second on the right. So, but that was a step up, my best performance to date up till that moment. But then, let's see, the next tournament after that was, the Locked and Loaded qualifier, which I ended up getting third on both arms. I lost to Jody Smith and Scott Partington on both arms, I believe. So I got third, which qualified me for the finals, which was in November. But before that tournament, I did the Kraken tournament at Grinder Gym, and I ended up winning left arm undefeated, and on the right arm I got third place. I lost to Eric Wolf once again, haven't beaten him on the right. I did beat him on the left in that tournament, and I lost to some guy, I think his name is Carl, another strong dude on the right, but I know my right has been improving significantly. So after that tournament was the Locked and Loaded finals in November, which was without a doubt my favorite arm wrestling performance to date, the most memorable moment in arm wrestling for me so far, because I was able to win the final on the right arm, beating Scott Partington, beating Jody Smith, and beating Paul Stevens. These are three guys who I'd never beaten before on the right arm. So that was a huge boost in confidence for me in terms of knowing my abilities and my potential in the sport. It just verifies that I know I'm going in the right direction. So I was ecstatic to get that win. Easily my favorite arm wrestling moment. The footage is supposed to be released soon on some type of show, and I'll make sure to make a video on that when that comes out, because I'm really looking forward to seeing that footage, because in the final against Jody Smith, it was an absolute war. I had to beat him twice to win because he was undefeated, and that happened. So, and they were wars. Both of the matches were wars. He was in the King's move, and I was able to stick it out, and in a long endurance match I was able to get 2 wins there, which was huge for me. And then the last tournament of the year was the Olympia, and that tournament I did the super heavyweight class because I didn't want to cut to 232. I was bulking at the time. I was about 250. That was 2 weeks ago now, about 2 weeks ago, and I got some good wins on the left there. I had the super match with Mega Mike as well, which I ended up losing, but the fact that I'm able to take his wrist tells me that my pronation on the right is getting stronger, and I'm less vulnerable to kind of the getting pinned in the start quickly, like I would say I was in the beginning on the right. And my left is a little bit stronger, but my right has caught up significantly, I would say. So those were all the tournaments in 2022 that I did. Again, my most favorite performance was the Locked and Loaded finals, without a doubt, hands down my favorite performance. Won 1,500 and beat some of the names I've never beaten before. And I'm looking forward to 2023. My goal is to, in the 230 to 240 pound class, do some damage and climb the ranks. I'm 3 years into the sport, so by the end of this 4th year, I think 4 years is a good point to where I can really kind of solidify myself in some type of ranking situation, whether it be the left and the right arm. I want to see what I can do. So the goal is to be active in competing as many tournaments as I can nearby, as well as potentially flying out to tournaments if it's a big event, because I want to see how I do against top level competition. Eventually I want to be top 240 guy in the US, and then from there go to a WAF World Championship or something like that. But it's just a progression. I know each year I'm getting stronger and bigger wins. I remember when I started the sport looking at like arm wrestling TV on YouTube and seeing so many amazing matches and just thinking, you know, I can beat these guys one day. I'm just going to put in the time, put in the work. That was me like 3-4 years ago, just like visualizing it because I knew it was possible. I believe with my genetic potential that I can take the sport really far, especially considering I'm still natural and haven't used any enhancements. And I know the top guys are using that, which is something that elevates them even further. But I think even naturally, I can take my potential very far in the sport of arm wrestling. So 2023 is going to be the year of breaking even more boundaries when it comes to arm wrestling and getting even stronger. So thank you for watching. I am excited to upload more arm wrestling videos this year. Keep growing, keep getting stronger. I hope all you guys are doing well with your training, and let's have a great year this year.